guys, this is Egan Knight for Fire, and welcome back to a brand new episode of my Skylanders Giants Legendary Locke. Today we need to head out for Chapter 3 known as Rumbletown, but first of all we need to speak to Callie about heroic challenges, about to say legendary challenges right now. That's what you get when you play on Legendary Locke, or what you want to say all the time is legendary. There's nothing wrong with that, because the legendary variants are awesome. So do I want to play the heroic challenge? No, I do not. But actually, speaking of legendaries, that brings up a good question I have for you guys. Do you prefer how legendaries used to be with the gold and black, or do you prefer the new legendaries we got in Skylanders Imaginators, and why do you prefer one over the other? So, like, do you prefer the red and gold from Imaginators, or do you prefer the red and black from the previous games? I prefer the red and gold from Imaginators because it's a nice change, not to mention red and gold is very cool. It doesn't make as much of a nice contrast as the black and gold did, but it's nice to see a change in the legendary variants. Because, you know, I kind of got bored of the same variants year in, year out. So I'm glad they changed it up, pretty much that's what I'm saying right here. So are we ready to go? Oh yes, we are.
Of course we're going to need to take that dinghy to get down to the surface. It's a tight
what great for the dinghy right there, Flynn. Just call the dinghy the dinghy. Makes perfect and glorious sense. So here we go, Chapter 3, Rumbletown, here we go.
So this is the town that hermit supposedly lives in.
Does anybody think it's odd that a hermit would live in a town?
Yes, that is an odd thing, Callie. Good thing you raised the question. No, they don't seem too friendly, do they? That's unfortunate, to say the least. Yeah, you're going to head and do that for now, buddy.
Looks like it might be more your kind of scene. We'll meet up with you when you find the hermit.
Okay, so let's be vacuuming up some goodies without further ado. Nice. And here comes the introduction of a regular Chompy. We've already seen a bird Chompy, but now we get the introduction to a regular Chompy as well. And what do you know? The air element is strong on its own. Luckily for us, we're already jetpack though, so we don't need to swap out. Well, that was a bit quick. Jetpack took those guys straight out thanks to the help of his suction gun. Push, you thing. That's better. Okay, so what path is this guy even down? Is he down the better path? Oh yeah, that's good to see. This guy's down the better path. Because what happens with this path is that when you suck up an enemy, it has a huge blast, and that blast is very, very powerful, so it makes this guy a better Skylander if you choose the suction gun path, that is. So one thing I recommend doing is that because your hover pack takes up air, if you suction gun, then it will refill your air at a much quicker rate because of course you're sucking it in. So I definitely recommend you doing that. So every time you finish with your flight, you suck it up so you can refill your air meter. And now we're going to take this guy down with the might of our ultra powerful blast right now. So we're not going to open that gate just yet because we're going to head inside this cave instead. Great job there, Jetpack Buddy, and from it we've earned a Lookatron Wheel of Power, a very useful one indeed. So the main Lookatron wheels we want to use for this series, or Locke I should say, is the Power and Health wheels, because the Health wheels will increase our chances for enemies to drop health once they are defeated, food that is, which means that we will have better chances at increasing our Skylanders' health if they are hit, which is very important, of course, because if we get hit a lot, it's important to heal up afterwards. And then we also want the power ones, because the power gives you a better chance of landing a critical hit. And of course, those critical hits are very critical, to say the least, because of course the more of them we land, the quicker we defeat enemies, which means the longer our characters will survive. So those are the two Lookatron wheels which we want to be focusing on, so I'm definitely glad that we received one right there. You see what I mean? We really need some health right now, unfortunately for us we got it. Now I would say we would go back and get some more health, but at the moment we're good for where we are because the element of the area is about to change anyways. But we do have to still watch out for those arrows as well, because the arrows will hurt us, and that is pain which we will want to avoid at all costs. But either way, we're going to grab this bomb right here and we're going to blow up some guys down there to put us at a slight advantage. In fact, I'm wondering, can I throw a bomb from here? Oh yes I can, that's so much more useful. So yeah, here we go, I can just defeat these enemies without even needing to engage them in combat, how awesome. Okay, let's just take these guys down then by hand rather than do, and we're going to need a magic Skylander for that, so let's go ahead and bring in Spyro. Now we've got to be careful here because when we're swapping out, you don't get any invincibility frames when you first summon in, which means that enemies can attack you once you've been summoned in, so we need to be careful of that. Like that, you see? It's so cheap, but luckily for us we should be alright. Because I can guarantee you guys that if most of our deaths will be caused by that, because of course, you know, we'll have to swap out quite often. And nightmare mode, you know, the enemies kind of hurt like a lot.
You lost or something?
Wrong answer, pal. Yeah, gotta love yourself some good old Brocknell. I thought it was Rumbletown, not Brockstown. That makes no sense.
Give this Skylander a warm welcome.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to give me much of a warm welcome in all fairness. Luckily for us, Spyro is a very good character, so he should be able to survive this scenario just fine, and survived it, he did. Bring it on, fellas, bring it on. Ow, that hurt, but that's fine, we're still surviving, so that's what matters. Yeah, who knows, this might turn out tougher than what I originally thought, but so far, we should be able to make it through the first 10 chapters, I think, without a loss, hopefully. And I feel like the first loss is probably going to be Legendary Bouncer, because he's a giant, which means he'll be hit very easily. But that's another great question, in all fairness. So another question I have for you guys is, who do you think is going to be the first defeated character in this series? I've already told you what I think, but what do you guys think? And if you guys say Ignitor, that's not happening, guys. Ignitor's going to make it to the end because he's my favourite. And I expect nothing more than my favourite to do well. Right away, we need to head into this area right here, and also take a nasty headbutt to the house as well. Not fortunate, I suppose. At least not this far, anyway. Okay, take out the life spell pump first, or else he will heal up the enemy and it will be annoying.
This dragon can't be beat.
Absolutely he can't. That's why we're still at plenty of health right now, Spyro. Okay, let's take these chompies down. Nice, there's those fellas taken down, so now all who remains is the life spell bug. You're going down. I'm yelling timber, why timber in specific, and you know, I just like the song because it's cool, and there was a cool animation to it and a cool compilation of it. So now I've just randomly gone into a rap for the song that I was recently doing, and my rap seriously sucks. I'm going to stop it right now before I embarrass myself even more than I already have. Oh, I could not rap or sing or anything to do with music in a story. So first thing I want to do, let's swap out for legendary attack then. So yes, the element of the area is dedicated to air once again. So yeah, now that that craziness is all over, let's continue with the Locke. Because yeah, basically I like singing, you're going down and I'm yelling timber, A, because that's one of Bushwhack's attack, you know, one of the live trap masters from Sky's trap team, because of course he literally pants in a tree and puts it down and yells timber, you know, I like referencing that. And also, of course, that's also part of the song as well, and this song was put in a compilation that Black Rhino Gaming did, and he's an awesome Sky YouTuber, by the way, definitely go check him out. And he did an animation with a compilation of songs, and Skylanderified them, and that's why I keep on singing that, because I want to reference that as well, because it's an awesome animation and compilation nevertheless. So a great parody, that's what I'm saying right here, a great parody indeed. But wait, let's take these fellas down. Ow, that hurt also. Okay. Let's finish them off, and finish them off we have. Nice, there's him all taken down. And here is Brock once again. Yes, I do think that indeed. Oh, no, never mind, I was wrong according to this dude right here, because this is not a cool dude. Okay, let's be pushing some more boxes, shall we? Undead Element, that's legendary Chop Chop right here. Nice. So who hasn't debuted yet? Oh, I feel so sorry for Igniter, he hasn't debuted yet, and neither have any of the Water Element legendaries either. So far, fire and water are the only elements that have not shown up. But hey, I'm sure they will do in good time. So let's grab this key right here first and foremost. Then we're going to drop down and push this block into this location over here. So what I've decided is that I'm not going to go and swap out the paths. Because, you know, I feel like that's almost kind of cheating, swapping paths off camera. But what I will do is I will still try my best with Chop Chop and Bash being down for worst paths a little bit. Even then, even though that Bash is down for worst path, Bash is still a really, really good character though. It's Chop Chop that I fear for though, because Chop Chop is the one who's really good down a sword path, but not so great down a shield path. But we should still survive just fine, hopefully that is. Because the best thing about Chop Chop is that he heals up every time you defeat an enemy with the sword. So as long as we keep on defeating enemies with swords, it should be good. And it's great with areas where there's lots of chompies, because it means that you can get lots of healing up very, very quickly, because of course chompies are very easy to defeat, considering they only have 1 HP and all. Okay, take that, fools. Nice, okay. Last thing to take down right here is this chompy pod. Nice. The blade is indeed your ally, Chop Chop, because you did great with it, to say the least. Okay, so one thing we are going to do is we are going to check out Oric's shop to see if it has anything useful for us, because I'm pretty sure this specific shop has a charm for us to be receiving, and those charms turn out very useful, so we may as well take advantage of that and purchase it if there is one for us to do so with. Yes, there is indeed a charm, which improves Skylanders' healing power while in elemental zones. And then there's, of course, regeneration power, which regenerates your health, but we don't really need that right now because Chop Chop's doing just fine on the health that he is at. So as for how these arenas are going to work, I will have to swap out my Skylander every round. So Chop Chop will do round 1, then a different character will do round 2, and then a different character will do round 3. So that's how these arenas will work. Hopefully I actually remember to swap out my characters this time, unlike how I did with Dragon Rock and initially failed in that department. Hello, Urbit. Don't worry, we'll break you out in a minute, buddy. Mayhem will be made, or should I, or maybe we should put it like this. Mayhem shall be made. Okay, this guy's going down. And you guessed it, I'm yelling timber. I don't know why, I just love spinning this guy around, it's really fun. Haha, nice try guys, we took you straight down because of that. You can't attack me while I got my shield up, you fools. Chop Chop, you're not going to die on me because Gabe will kill me, so we will survive. Hey, hey. Nice, we got some food from that, so that's great. Yep, Chop Chop's doing fine. Oh, never mind, we made it on to round 2 already, so that means that we can swap out a legendary Chop Chop. Round 2 has started, so speaking of Ignite, or not even making his debut episode yet, now is the time, buddy. Let's do this thing. Yep, this guy is my favourite. This guy has made it to the end because he is overpowered as. Even though one thing I do not like is that this guy is also down his worst path, but that's fine, you know, we can deal with that. Okay, there's that guy taken down. Oh, I love that saying of his, Ignite to Fight. Reminds me of my name, Ignite for Fire, so close to Ignite to Fight. I think maybe that's why none of the Quartermaster originally thought that my name was Ignite for Fight, which is hilarious. He was always calling me by Ignite for Fight and not Ignite for Fire, so I was always telling him, it's Ignite for Fire, not Ignite for Fight, silly Nolan. So yeah, that turned out quite hilarious indeed. Okay, nice. There's that guy taken down. So let's finish off this guy also. Boom!
It appears the Skylander has defeated all our gladiators except Brock.
Okay, it looks like we're on for the final stage right here. So for this stage, we're going to be bringing in the debut for another character, Legendary Chill, who is missing her head on her figurine because it kind of broke off. Okay, here comes the Goliath Joe. Well, we've already taken down lots of his health because of our light core effect, thanks to the fact that it's legendary. Thanks to the fact that it's legendary light core chill and not just legendary chill. Okay, let's try not to get hit by this guy, because hits by this guy will hurt, I'm sorry. Okay, let's also take down the life spell punks before they wind up healing up Brock right here and being inconvenient. Because we do not like inconvenience. We love convenience, but not so much inconvenience. Oh wow, what do you know? Brock got defeated by the fire anyway, how glorious.
Brock just wanted to be liked. Thought the Skylander would make the crowd happy. Was that wrong?
Newsflash, yes it is.
I don't think it is.
Wrong answer.
Wrong
Yeah, that's it, you term earn it, buddy. You tell him, boy.
I tell you, it was the clouds that saw me out. Because of what I saw.
Did I just skip it again? Never mind. That one wasn't too important. I keep on skipping cutscenes and it's frustrating. By the way, Nefis could have even said, because of course, as always, we're not bothered about 3 stars, because the aim of a lock is to be challenged, not to complete it to 100%. So, with the completion we got, that's fine, because it means we got that no life stars to counter, and that's of course the most important one, because it means that none of our legendary characters were lost during battle. By the way, enough has been said. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. But until then, peace.